In this video, we're gonna talk about what gear you need when training for your first half Ironman. Additionally, I will tell you what gear I have currently, what gear I use, and what gear I'm maybe looking to get along the way. So, tag along. Now, if you're new to my videos, I some time ago signed up for my first half Ironman and my race is in August of this year. My goal for the race is to finish it in under 6 hours, and because my goal is so ambitious, the training process has to be also quite mindful and planned. And in order to train properly, you need certain training gear, and that's what I'll be breaking down in this video. I'll go through each of the disciplines separately, from swimming, running to biking, and talk about what gear I have currently and what gear I might need in the future while training. But before I jump into what gear I have for each of the disciplines, I quickly want to touch upon my mindset or way of thinking around the gear that I have acquired over the past half year or so. But first I'm gonna take these off. Okay. So in the beginning, when I started training, around last summer, I got my road bike and started cycling more, and I also started swimming. I didn't want to get all my gear at once because obviously it might be quite expensive, depending of course what kind of quality of gear you buy, or if you buy, for instance, your bike new or second hand, depends on many things. So my kind of philosophy around the gear I have and I'm training with is that I want to use the gear I have and use it as well as I can, and kind of when I reach a certain level, then I can get new gear in order to train better. So kind of when I outgrow my old gear, I upgrade it. That's kind of my approach to the gear I have right now and when I might be considering getting some new gear. But now let's jump into what gear I use for swimming. Okay, let's start off with the swimming gear and specifically what gear I currently use. The probably first item and most important, crucial one is swimming trunks, and yeah, they are pretty much nothing special. I thought they look good and they also feel good, and I don't think there's much to say about those. The following item, which probably is the most important one while swimming, are the swimming goggles. I opted for these tinted ones because I started swimming in the summer at our local outdoor pool, which is really nice. I'm really looking forward to swimming there again. Because the sun is shining all the time, I thought it would be nice to get these tinted ones. I don't think they are anti-fog or anything. They were quite affordable, maybe around 30 euros. They do not fog up so easily, at least what I've noticed. And another nice feature with them is that there's this kind of quick release button where you can hold it down and then tighten or loosen the strap around your head. Now let's get into the following item, my earplugs. Again, very self-explanatory, but I think that they are quite essential because they stop the water from going into your ears and blocking your ears and making you basically deaf and uncomfortable. It's easier to focus on the swimming when you're not thinking about your ear constantly, so I highly recommend these. That's all the gear I have so far acquired for my swimming. Additionally, while swimming, I also use my Garmin watch and my heart rate monitor that goes around my chest, but I'll talk about those a little bit later on in the video. Additionally, another piece of gear that I probably have to get for my race in August is a wetsuit for the open water swim. The swim will be in the ocean, the Baltic Ocean. Also, I noticed that a lot of people use like these triathlon suits you can use for swimming, so you don't need any separate swimming trunks. I might also get that for the race, or maybe even before that. We'll see. That's all for the swimming gear. Let's get into the biking gear now. Next up, the bike. Last summer I bought the Almost Sportsman. It's an older version because I bought it second hand. Bikes, I feel like, are one of those things where you can spend a lot of money, but obviously I didn't want to do so in the beginning last summer because I wasn't sure yet if I was gonna sign up for the race. I just wanted to try out biking. I think I paid $350 for the bike. It was quite a good deal. I think it's quite a basic road bike. As for the features, it has 18 different gears, 2 bigger ones and then 9 smaller ones that you can choose between and combine on a flat surface. I feel like the speed is quite good that you can achieve with this one. As for how the bike feels, the posture, it has been quite good. I haven't noticed yet, at least, that there would be any pain or discomfort. Of course, the saddle is quite small and I have been thinking about that I should get some sort of tri-suit that has some padding. But someone mentioned in one of my previous videos in the comments that my posture maybe looks a little bit like bent. I can't remember exactly the words that he used, but that's something I want to pay more attention to. Next up, the helmet. Obviously, while biking, safety is the #1 thing. Yeah, I just got this helmet last summer by Giro. It's very comfortable. It has this MIPS certificate or technology. Yeah, I just got this helmet because I feel like it looks kind of sporty, fits quite snug, easy to adjust behind with the wheel, and you tell me. I think it looks quite okay also on the head. Next item I feel like is quite crucial, especially at high speeds, are some sort of glasses. I chose tinted ones again because while biking during summertime it's very bright outside. Glasses are essential for when you're biking at high speeds, that firstly your eyes don't tear up. Yeah, it prevents bugs and debris and all kinds of stuff from getting into your eyes, which obviously you want to avoid at high speeds. Next item is my Tax Boost indoor trainer. It's an indoor trainer with this magnetic resistance wheel. It has been a really essential piece of equipment for my training because I live in Finland. The weather pretty much is not suitable for biking around 6 months of the year. As for the features, it's very simple to use. You can lift the resistance wheel with this lever against your wheel and then just start pedaling. It has been very convenient and paramount for my training because otherwise I just wouldn't be able to train my bike during winter time. Another nice thing about this bundle was that it included the speed meter by Garmin, which goes on the inside of the wheel, and you can connect the speed meter to your Swift indoor bike training app. With this setup you don't get that realistic wobble and feel, but it's very good and efficient for simulating that resistance. So that's all the gear I use for biking, and yeah, I'm looking into getting the clipless pedals and proper biking shoes to make my biking efficient. Now let's talk about running. Lastly, let's talk about running gear, and let's start off with the shoes. The ones I've used so far are the Asics Gel Pulse 11. Yeah, I've had them now for quite a while, probably around 3 years, maybe even longer. I think it's about time to replace them soon. The reason why I chose them is because they have this really thick padding and maybe even some sort of gel cushion on the inside. In running shoes, I've noticed that personally I like when there's proper cushion around the heel and also proper support under the arch. Because if there isn't, I feel like my foot is kind of leaning inwards with each step. So for me, it's quite crucial to have that support there. They have served me well for quite many years. As for running socks, I just have these random pairs of socks that I have acquired over the years. I haven't been really specific or super mindful while buying them, just basically bought whatever is the easiest and cheapest. But I did notice the importance of good socks last week. For some reason I used these socks. They are very thick socks. They started rubbing on the bottom of my foot, and after my 10K I had some big blisters on my feet, so it's important to bear in mind what socks you use. But yeah, that's pretty much all the gear I use for running, apart for, of course, my watch and heart rate monitor. It's probably the simplest discipline to get started with. But yeah, that's all my running gear, just stuff I've had for many years. That was the specific gear that I use for each of the disciplines. But additionally, with each discipline, I use the Garmin HRM-Pro Plus heart rate monitor, which goes around your chest. It's very convenient to use, and it's very also comfortable. Basically how it works is there are these two sensors there, and they measure your heart rate. You have to make them a little bit moist with water or sweat before it starts working, but after that it connects automatically to your watch or your phone. It has been very insightful to use it while training, because it's very interesting to follow how your heart rate develops and when it's too high while training. So it has been quite a paramount piece of gear for me and has given me a lot of insight on what I could do better and how I can train smarter at the end of the day. Then I also have this watch. It's the Fenix 5 Plus, and it's quite an old model, I think, but it has been very useful. It measures your heart rate with this optical sensor on the back with the green lights. Yeah, it's interesting to follow your heart rate and steps and everything throughout the day. Yeah, it's very good because you can obviously record all of your different workouts on it, but I've only mainly used it for swimming sessions, because when I'm at the pool I don't have my phone with me, so I just record a swimming session on my watch, get the heart rate data also, and then later it syncs with the Garmin Connect app on my phone, so I get my workout data to my phone. Apart from the heart rate monitor and the watch, I quickly want to mention the apps that I use for my training. So for my biking, I use this indoor biking app called Swift, which is very convenient. It has this funny view where you can see yourself biking. It has different workouts and it connects automatically with my heart rate monitor and my speed sensor on the bike. And it's also fun because you kind of see yourself biking, and there are these different workouts where you can choose the duration, the type of workout, the intensity, everything. It's really fun to use actually. It's like playing a video game, but you're actually working out on the same time. When swimming, I actually record the session on my Garmin watch. When I'm done swimming, the watch automatically syncs with my Garmin Connect app and transmits all the data to the app after the workout. And from there, it's copied automatically to Strava. So now I have my swimming data and biking data in Strava. And for my running, I record my workouts straight into Strava. That's all the gear that I use. As you might have noticed, it's basically just the bare essentials that you need for training. If you have any gear that you use and that I didn't mention, or that you think that I could benefit from using or knowing about, please share that with me down below in the comments. I would be very eager to hear about that. If you made it this far into the video, once again, as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I would also appreciate if you give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I have a few video ideas that I'm working on. One is at least that I really have to try out and make like a test and see where my heart rate zones are, because right now I'm just going on the estimates that I get from Swift and Strava. And also I want to touch on recovery and injury prevention. I have some ideas about those, and I have some exciting vlogs also coming up with my Singapore trip. So if you're curious about that and want to see how I balance traveling and training, hit that subscribe button down below. Yeah, and if you have any comments regarding gear or anything else, maybe video ideas, just feel free to leave those down below. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Let's get it!